Pow. Poof. Pow. Boom. Pow. Nerf Paladins, please. But on a serious note, they will get nerfed for sure. But anyways, today we're gonna have some 3v3 arenas on Ret Paladin, playing with some awesome players, Discipline Priest and Windwalker Monk. And as yesterday, I'm gonna dub over the commentary to hopefully do my best to explain what abilities I use, rotations, CC chains, all that jazz. Hopefully being more helpful for y'all. And if you're new to the channel, just know that we post daily World of Warcraft content Monday to Friday, so you better off subscribing, son. First game is against Cupid with the Survival Hunter and the Resto Druid. Main idea is to kill off the Hunter while maintaining some sort of control on the Resto Druid. So what do I do here? I judgment the Druid here, which I shouldn't have obviously. Use my Hand of Freedom because of Hand of Hindrance from the enemy Paladin. I see the Hunter, then I Cavalier towards him, Blade of Rat, Inquisition obviously. He disengaged over there and I get stunned. Obviously I'm gonna trinket this shit, and he's running on the top side, so I know he's gonna jump down on the other side. Gonna use my wings and trinket here. He's gonna use acceleration, and our priest is dipping low because their wings is up plus a Murder of Crows, so I'm gonna bop our priest over here. And this is really important, guys. Always remember to use your blessings on your teammates to save them from a lot of stress. The Hunter got bought by the Paladin. I'm gonna stun the Druid over here. We overlapped it with a Fear and a Word of Glory used here because I wanted to stabilize the team, and once again back to the Hunter, keeping that pressure going zone. And this is the point where he used this Feign Death, really good. I'm gonna use Blade of Rat here and a Templar's Verdict, and what do you know, we have Deterrence. So this is looking pretty good. We have Tree Form used, we have Deterrence used, Accelerate as well. Pop Eye for an Eye here just to be safe, plus the Hunter is targeting me. So we have here the Iron Bark as well on the Hunter, and as the Druid is going on into a Fear, I'm gonna pop my Hammer of Reckoning here with all of my trinkets being procced and Iron Bark wearing off. Boom. I mean, the Paladin did try to peel with this stun. It was a little bit too late just because he didn't have Deterrence anymore, the Druid didn't have Tree Form anymore, and the Paladin didn't have Bop anymore, and we had wings and trinkets procced and all that jazz. Interrupting this shit. But just goes to show, man, if you save your team, I mean, if you use your cooldowns to help your team out, you're eventually gonna win in a Ret Paladin comp. Healers will love you. But moving on to the next game, we're facing off Survival Hunter and Unholy DK Resto Shaman, and we're gonna pull off the same thing we tried yesterday with RMP. I'm gonna sit on the Hunter, they're gonna sit on the DK. So Judgment, Blade of Rat, Inquisition here. I got one more Blade of Rat proc. I got stunned. No biggie, I'm gonna stun here the Shaman. He's going to trinket that shit. I have like huge damage here, Hammer of Reckoning. So as the Shaman was trying to save the Hunter, just look at the DK, man. He raced. And he was out of position as well. I mean, Touch of Death, Serenity with all of the damage from the Priest, it can work, man. If you have a good Priest in your team, you can try this split pressure thing. As a Ret Paladin, you can 100% put a lot of pressure on one single target, doesn't matter. And the rest of the team can focus on the second DPS. Not on the healers though, because it's a bit more difficult and more time consuming, and it may be not as efficient. In the next game, you're gonna see some on-point mass dispel from our priest, and the plan is to kill one of the shadow priests while maintaining control on the Paladin. So right off the back, I start with stun on the Paladin, then judgment on the priest, Blade of Rat, and I'm gonna use Inquisition here, then Wake of Ashes. The Paladin is gonna get into an incap, and he's gonna trinket and bop here the priest. Mass Dispel comes like a split second, and look at that, man, erased. It was fucking incredible, man. On point Mass Dispel. The lag of the animation didn't really make it justice. It was instant. I mean, I slow-mode as much as I could, but you already saw, right? Vixus is a god, man. That Mass Dispel, Jesus Christ, really good. Plus, it helped the fact that I got a lot of crits. I mean, I got like huge damage, man. Nerf the Reds! Alright, so over here, plan is to kill the rogue while maintaining control on the Resto Shaman. And you're gonna see here some really good ass CC synergy. Plus, this rogue is a noob. Look at him running like Forrest Gump. How about stealth, man? Ever heard of that? Pop an Inquisition over here, and the Shaman will get incapped by our Monk. He's gonna trinket that, and I stun him immediately. I get silenced, and then Cheap Shot. I'm gonna use my Everyman for himself here, and after this I'm gonna pop Shield of Vengeance, and Priest comes in with the Fear, right? the rogue is pretty low, and while the shaman is in the fear, he's gonna get killed. So that was like a beautiful synergy. We had, you know, the in cap, then we had the stun, then the fear. And keep in mind, we still had the stun from the monk plus the mind control from the priest. For some retarded reason, you know, the shaman decided to trinket that in cap. Well, his rogue was getting pretty low, so yeah, I guess it was explainable, but it goes to show, man, once again, if you react really fast with your CC, they ain't gonna have time to do much else, because I'm pretty sure he wanted to trinket and spirit link there. No time for that, son, no time for that. And also, man, when you play with the same people for, you know, more than 20 games, you're gonna get the feel of everybody, and, you know, the synergy is gonna be there. You're gonna have a better time and get more results. So for the next game, we're facing off Survival Hunter, Feral Druid, and Discipline Priest. Plan is to kill the Druid, hands down. And I start off with a Judgment, then a Blade of Rat, and I use Execution Sentence here. Stunning here the Priest. Gonna get close to get a Crusader Strike and pop my Inquisition, Wake of Ashes, Templar's Verdict, and the pressure is piling up. One more Templar's Verdict, and he's getting pretty low, man. We're controlling this team fight 100%. Now, he gets Pain Suppression, which is really good. And once that shit starts to fade, I use my Hammer of Reckoning. But damn, these bastards are fast. He gets a couple of restelts here. I'm gonna use my Divine Storm to try to get him out. And we're not stopping, man. Here's Bear Form once again. The Priest got incap. I got stun. I'm gonna trinket this shit. One more Templar's Verdict. And another stun, which was like super DR'd. No biggie. I'm gonna use my Divine Steed to catch up to the Druid. Execution is here once again. I get stunned. And at this point, the enemy priest is coming in and wants to get a fear on all three of us, which he does. I am targeted by them, so as I get out, I immediately Blessing of Sanctuary my priest to get him out of the fear and save him his trinket. And this is really important, guys, when playing Ret Paladins in arenas. Use that Blessing of Sanctuary because your healers are going to love you. Anyways, the enemy priest is feared. I'm popping here the wings and the trinket. It's a really good time right now. I can see my Hammer of Justice is getting really fast off of cooldown. I got Dark Archangel up as well from our priest. Gonna stun here the priest. He's gonna trinket, but everything is so good stacked up. Wings, trinket, Dark Archangel. There's really no chance. He wouldn't survive it. But it just goes to show, man, as a Ret Paladin, always look at your teammates, use that Blessing of Sanctuary in arenas all the time, apart from buffs and cleanses and off heals and all of that. Next game, we're facing off on Holy DK, Discipline Priest, Beast Mastery Hunter. We're gonna kill the DK while beautifully controlling the Priest. As you're gonna see, he's a greedy bastard with his trinket. But I'm gonna here stunning the Priest, Judgment on the Unholy DK, Blade of Rat, pop an Inquisition as usually, then Wake of Ashes. Gonna use Execution Sentence as the Priest is getting incapped by the Monk. Now our Priest is gonna come here and land off of Fear as well. He's still not trinketing, although his DK is pretty low. Now he trinkets, he gets a cast of Shadow Man here. I'm gonna use my Cavalier and focus kick his next one. He's locked out, and that's basically all she wrote. So what do we had there? We had stun, incap, fear, and a focus kick. And it just goes to show once again, man, if you're too greedy with your trinket and cooldowns, it ain't gonna happen. You're just gonna lose. I mean, when we're talking about cooldown management, obviously we're including here your trinket as well. I think the priest could have saved that DK if he wasn't that greedy. Last game was literally the last game because we only had like 2 minutes before the server shut down. So we're going off on the DK here with a stun on the priest, Blade of Rat, and I'm gonna pop my Shield of Vengeance because I can see they're going for my ass, and Inquisition. And I get the Dark Angel up here. It's wings for the Paladin as well. I'm gonna pop my Eye for an Eye as well and a Word of Glory. And at this point, the DK is going to asphyxiate the priest. I'm gonna use a Word of Glory, then Blessing of Sanctuary my priest to save his trinket. I get pain suppressed, so it ain't no problem anymore. And now it's time to counterattack, right? So we get it on this DK really bad. As you can see, he gets AMS and Bob, plus the priest doesn't have any trinket. What does this mean? Well, we're going off for the priest because we can kill him within a stun. And this is exactly what we do. Gonna trinket the fear here. Gonna use a Templar's Verdict, then stun, and using my bubble to make sure I don't get interrupted. And watch this. Even with pain suppression on, it's G, man. I call that really good decision making. But I had a lot of fun playing with these guys. And hopefully this was helpful or informative for you as well. Thank you very much for watching. Huge shout out to our Patreons, Hellhunter and Rumple Foreskin. If you'd like to support the channel that way, link is in the description. Peace.